Hey everyone, thanks for joining me today on this Black Friday. I don't know how many of you went out shopping today. I tend not to do that. I just kind of stay close to home. I'm not very brave these days. So anyways, happy Friday. And as always, we're going to address our question of the day. And today's question is on cravings and how to get rid of them. So if you struggle with cravings, I want you to do a raised hand in the comments. And honestly, it doesn't even matter the time of day it is. It could be morning, it could be afternoon, it could be after dinner, whatever. So many people, they just want to get rid of these cravings, right? Because they feel like these cravings are holding them back from achieving their goals. And I so get that. And so in order to fix them, we have to address the root cause. And so we're going to kind of dive into that a little bit. So I was always one that had, cravings, sweet cravings for sugar or just for dessert. I thought it was just the way that I was, right? We say, oh, I have a sweet tooth. But looking back now, I so realized that it was mostly self-induced. Now today, people always look at me and they say, how do you do that? How do you have such self-control? How do you always eat so healthy? And just so you know, I'm human just like you, and I have cravings and I struggle. I still eat a cookie every once in a while, okay? I eat French fries, at least once a week. I don't think you're living unless you eat French fries. And so the biggest difference is now I don't restrict them from my diet, so I don't binge on them later. And that was a big light bulb to me all these many years ago. Is usually when you're restricting something from your diet, you kind of crave it more. And so you need to be able to have those things every once in a while. So that was kind of a side little note, but I don't binge on them, okay? I don't let them defeat me. I don't eat so much of them that I feel like crap the next day. And so that's what I'd really like to help you, you ladies, prevent. If you are on a weight loss journey, you're gonna enjoy this journey more. In other words, you're gonna want it more if you're feeling good. But if you are constantly feeling crappy and out of control, then you're way more likely to throw in the towel. And that's one reason diets, they don't feel great, is because we just can't keep up, right? We shouldn't have to. So again, I eat chips, I eat popcorn, I eat fries. I don't let them control me. And those items, those are cravings that are telling us we probably have too much sugar in our body. So here is my rock solid advice. You need to gear up like you're going into battle. And I use this analogy often. I'm a believer, I'm a Christian, and I personally need to be ready for the everyday world, right? So for me, I'm going to put my armor on. And so for me as a Christian, that's being in the Word of God. For a police officer or an FBI agent, it might be a protective vest. For us and our food cravings, we are definitely in a battle sometimes. So the first thing we need to do to get them under control is we need to prevent them. And so if you've been following me on Instagram or Facebook for any length of time, the best thing that I can tell you is to balance your nutrition, and following my meal template to balance your blood sugar is what is going to make the biggest difference in the world. And so if you're wondering, oh, what is this meal template? I'll get to that, okay? So I post very, very regularly about what happens when we are eating a meal that is really high in carbohydrates. Your blood sugar spikes and crashes. And when it crashes, that's when you crave. And so really that's where these cravings are coming from. And so if we want to prevent them, we need to eat balanced meals consistently throughout the day. So we are not crashing and craving all day long. And so that's the first order of business, is for you to balance your blood sugar and prevent these cravings from happening in the first place. Another thing we can do that will make a huge difference is to drink water. Staying hydrated is super, super important. And sometimes we actually get lightheaded or shaky, and then we mistake that for hunger. And why? So why do we mistake that for hunger? Because those brain receptors, they are really, really close together. And we can misunderstand the message our body is trying to tell us. So staying hydrated is just going to be very, very helpful. Another thing that can really help you is sleep. Sleep does affect your hormones. And when we're not sleeping well, your hunger hormone ghrelin, it actually increases, and your leptin, which is another hormone, it decreases. And so we are more hungry throughout the day and often less full. It just goes hand in hand. So sleep is so, so important. So last night, I didn't sleep well, and I probably didn't sleep well because I had a piece of pumpkin pie really late and a cup of coffee. And I never do that, guys. I never do that, but I did it. And I did it knowing full well that I probably wouldn't get a great night's sleep, but I did it anyways. I'm so dumb, right? But again, that's the human part of me. So because I didn't sleep well, guess what? Today I woke up craving things that I don't normally crave. A bagel, like I haven't had a bagel. Seriously, I have not had a bagel in years. And so that's really odd for me to wake up and want a bagel. And guess what? I saw bagels in my fridge. I have like those little mini bagels. My kids like the little mini bagels. So they're in there, but I didn't have one. I didn't do it. So what I know though is because my cravings are going to be higher today because I didn't get sleep last night. I ate sugar right before bed, didn't get a good night's sleep. So I could have had the bagel if I wanted to, but I didn't. I'm just not going to go there. Okay. Why would I want to start this blood sugar roller coaster ride all day long? So today, yep, I'm going to be fighting the cravings a little bit more, but that's okay. You know, I am going to increase my water, up my protein, and that's when it's going to keep my blood sugar in balance today. And by tomorrow, I'll be totally back to normal. So sometimes giving in is a really, really bad idea, but then sometimes giving in isn't such a bad idea. So I actually really dive more deeper, that's not even a word, deeper into that inside my one-on-one coaching program to help women really listen to their bodies and to allow them to, give in to some of these cravings. So that's my job as a coach, is to help you decipher, which cravings are real, which ones aren't, those kinds of things. And so sleeping will help you keep your stress down the better you sleep, right? Which is always a good thing. The less we sleep, the more stress we have, the higher our cortisol is. And if our cortisol is high, that can definitely cause cravings also. So one of the best ways, again, is to get a good night's sleep. And so what about these times when we've done all those things and we're doing great, we've had a great day, right? And then we sit down to watch a movie with our husband, and he brings out the popcorn, and we didn't want it before, but now we do. And that's a different kind of craving. That's called an environmental craving. You didn't want it, but now someone is there, or or maybe you show up to work or church and someone has brought in some goodies and you didn't want them before, but now you see them and now you have to have them. So one of my very first pieces of advice for that is out of sight, out of mind. If you see it and you want it, and remember, the more you eat it, the more you crave it, the more palatable it is, the better. You see, these food manufacturers, they are so stinking smart. They know what they're doing. They create these foods that are highly addictive. They literally do MRIs, brain scans on people to see what they're eating, or to see, like, when they're eating these products, what side of the brain lights up more, trying to make them more and more addictive. And no, I am not kidding. I mean, it's great that they taste good, but honestly, our bodies are not designed for that. Our bodies were designed to eat more whole foods. So the point is, for environmental cravings, to get out of mind, out of sight, that's honestly the best thing for that. But then, of course, there's emotional cravings, when we're happy or when we're sad or when we're stressed or whatever, or when we're bored. So something you can do while you're watching TV at night is to keep your hands busy, because 9 out of 10 times when you're eating and watching TV, you're not paying attention to what you're eating. You can down a whole bag of popcorn, right? Or eat 10 M&M cookies. So you're not being mindful or present in what you're eating. There's no connection at all, right? And then you're like, shoot, I have a stomach ache, or man, I'm not getting closer to my goals. So what we really need to figure out is if you're actually hungry. Do you really have food cravings, or are you bored, or is it out of habit? And to be honest, it takes time to figure these things out. You have to give yourself time to have some mind shifting. And this is something that I work out with my clients on a lot. I love to help women really get to the root of things, because that's when real change is going to occur. And then noticing how we feel the next day, like not after having that snack, or maybe we're just less bloated, or, less feeling crabby. So trying to talk yourself through things and really getting to the why behind that evening snack. What is the purpose? Am I hungry? Am I bored? Am I upset? Those are all emotional eating patterns. And if I'm hungry, great. To determine that, walk over to the fridge. If you pick something healthy like an apple or some celery with peanut butter, maybe you're actually hungry. But if you choose ice cream, you're probably not hungry. And that's fine. You can have ice cream. But every single night, if you're having ice cream, then we're creating some really bad habits. And breaking those habits are just going to get harder and harder. And so chances are we may not be craving that ice cream or popcorn. It's just that we've created this habit, and it's ingrained us, and it's just strong. And so now we really need to figure out how to break those old habits. And I could go on and on and on and on and on in this video, but I'm going to simplify it for time's sake. So there are cues, and what's happening in that moment to make you want the popcorn is sitting down to watch a movie, right? Or TV, whatever. Then there's the action, which is eating the popcorn. And then there's the reward, which is enjoying it. But the problem with emotional eating is that the reward triggers the cues. And so in other words, watching the movie and eating the popcorn and then feeling guilty afterwards and bloated and stressed out again. And so maybe stress leads to more eating. And so we really need to figure out the trigger, and so that we can find a new behavior to replace that with. So keeping your hands busy during a movie could be huge for you. Maybe taking up knitting. I know that sounds old school, or a stress ball. But for me personally, sitting down on the couch and petting my dogs. As soon as I sit down, they immediately come over to me, and sitting there petting my dogs, that keeps my hands very busy. I have 3 dogs. Keeps my hands really, really busy, and it actually helps me bring my stress levels just way down. And so that's so helpful to me. So really, ladies, it takes time to break those habits, some good habits, some bad habits, and I totally get it. But it gets easier. But also remember that most of these cravings are not legit cravings. They are bad habits or they are boredom. So if you follow my nutrition advice at all and you stick to the meal template, it is going to take care of the 90% of this stuff. Okay, that's huge. And that is what is going to get you closer and closer to your goals. And this is a silly little tip, but I'm going to go ahead and give it to you anyways. Brush your teeth right after dinner. Sometimes you just need to change your palate and put a different taste in there. So not only does that do something to our palate, but in our mind as well, because, half the battle is our mind. And, it's like our mind saying, okay, we're done eating for the night. And that's a really, really good habit to start up on. And that's a good habit that can replace, one of your bad ones. So what do you do if you're really, really hungry? Snacking on popcorn and chips, they're not going to fill you up. You're really better off reaching for some protein or some fat or veggies, right? If you're not hungry, or if you're not willing to eat, veggies, if you're not willing to eat an apple, you're probably not hungry. So the best things to do, those are, oh my gosh, what's wrong with me? Those are the best things that I have to give you for cravings or supposed hunger. So I hope this video was somewhat helpful to you. In my program, we really, really dive deep into cravings and help you. And I really, really help you get control over them by following the meal template. And the meal template is what is the right combination for your body and what's going to help you. So what's the right combination, right? It's different for everyone, okay? This is where I come in and helping you be able to navigate through that, because it's not a one size fits all. I really want you to feel in control of what you're eating and not let food control you any longer. And as a free gift to you just for watching, I'd love to send you my Healthy for the Holidays guide. If you're interested in that, just drop your email below and I'll get that right out for you. But also, if you are ready to get serious about your nutrition and your health and your cravings, getting your blood sugar, your hormones in control once and for all, then you have got to do something you've never done before. Stop going to Google, stop going back to Weight Watchers, stop going to meal replacements, and get on the phone with me. Hire me to help you once and for all. You're never going to count calories again. You're never going to count macros again. I'm going to teach you all you need to know about balancing your hormones and for fat loss. And guess what? If you get on my calendar today, I'll post my link below also. That doesn't mean we have to talk today. That just means if you get on my calendar today, you are going to get in on my Black Friday pricing. And it's not going to happen again until next year. So you don't want to miss it. I have 2 different things going on right now, group coaching and one-on-one. And both are significantly slashed in prices for Black Friday. There's a number on how many people I can take. And so in order to get more of you effectively, I've slashed my prices and doing this Black Friday deal. So really hope to see you on a phone call. And of course, if you have any questions, go ahead and post them below. And I will be back here next Friday with the next question of the day. Have a good one, guys.